Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. I'm Marco D'Angelo, joined in studio with Tony Finn and Ralph Michaels. We're going to break down NBA playoffs. Game 3, the Cleveland Cavaliers head out to Indiana. They've got a 2-0 lead, guys, but it's 2-0 on the scoreboard. It's 2-0 the other direction as far as the money goes because Indiana got the money in both of them. I'll start with you, Ralph, because, you follow the Cavaliers very closely. Unfortunately for me, I followed them very closely in Game 2 because I thought they were going to blow out Indiana, and it looked really well. Everything was going great into the fourth quarter, up 18, but yet they managed to only win by 6 and not cover the 8-point spread.
LeBron has pretty much taken that four-corner offense and just put it down to a one-person offense. Dribble, 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 5 seconds left, turn around, jump shot the last 3 minutes when they've had a lead, and we've seen them both dissipate. Pacers have covered 8 straight now. Cavs on a 1-5 ATS run, and the Cavs just aren't playing defense. Pacers are playing good offense, so they're always in the game. The Pacers signed Lance Stevenson with 6 games left to go in the regular season, and he's really been their motivational tool. You listen to the announcers, you watch the game. They've covered all 8 games now with Lance Stevenson. They're 5-3 straight up. He's brought a different dynamic to the team, and the Pacers continue to fight. The Cavs are the better team. Cavs probably going to sweep the series, maybe 5 games, but when you have a defense that gives up what they do shooting, the opponent's always in the game.
Absolutely, and you go to the 2 games, Tony. The first game, you can look at one glaring stat out of Game 1 was the fact that the Cavaliers were just 14 of 27 from the free throw line. You can't miss that many foul shots, and they only won the game by 1. They could have easily covered Game 1 as well. They had a double-digit lead in that game and squandered it away. What do you make out of the Pacers? Do you give them a shot here in Game 3?
Well, they're better at home when they've been on the road, and the Cavs have pretty much dominated the Pacers as of late, especially at home. They've dominated first-round series. They've never lost a series. They were up 2-0, 12-0 in first round. However, as Ralph said, this isn't really the same Cavaliers team, defensively especially. And they win in Game 1, although they shot 55% from the floor, over 40% from three-point land, and win by 1 point. It wasn't much different in Game 2. They seem to be, as Ralph described very articulately, and that is, it becomes defensively they have a problem against stops, and when they go to that sluggish offense late in the games, they have an issue covering big numbers. Now, that said, Indiana's won, I believe, 2 of the last 4 at Bankers Life, and before that had won, I think, 8 straight or 10 straight against Cleveland. So let's give them something. Let's give them a shot to at least be competitive and see where it goes from there. It's going to be, I think the next couple games are indicative of what Cleveland doing in round 2, and I agree with Ralph. I think they move on.
Obviously, Game 3 is the key game for Indiana if they're going to try to make it a series. If they go down 3-0, we've seen teams just pretty much fold up and, mail in Game 4. But you go back to the last game, and with everything that Cleveland did in the very poor shot selection, as you said, down the stretch. Me and you were texting during the game. I can't tell you the words that were in my text that I was sending to you, but it was ridiculous. And some of the times, they weren't even going deep into the shot clock and taking 3-point shots that they had no need to be taking, but they also were very sloppy with the ball. They turned it over 18 times. Indiana also had 14 steals in the game. For me, Ralph, if Cleveland just plays a complete game for 4 quarters, I just don't see how Indiana can come out with a win. But we just haven't seen that focus from the Cavaliers. I don't know what the problem is.
Well, now they're in a win situation, and that's the difference. I mean, again, it's tough. I could not bet against the Cavs at this point, even with their defense. But, I just want to bring up one point. The Pacers now are a great scoring team at home, 114 points per game their last 8 games, 107 points per game on the year. But, we've talked about this and the Cavs in the second half. I'll mention these stats. Cavs are number 4 in the NBA in the first half scoring margin. They're number 17 in the second half. Pacers are the opposite. Pacers are number 21 in the first half, number 10 in the second half. Perhaps we look at Cavs' first half and not worry about that second half meltdown.
There's a way to go. Tony, if you had to play this one,
if you put a gun to my head and made me play this one, it would still be. We're going to look at a shorter line. We're going to play Cleveland minus the points.
Yeah, I think I got to agree with you guys and look at Cleveland in this one if I'm going to do it, because it is in the must-win situation. Not must-win, just win, basically. But if that line gets a little bit crazy and creeps up, a little bit higher on game day on Thursday, that might change things. I got Cleveland winning. My numbers have them winning by 5, but I have a bitter taste in my mouth from the other night, so we'll see what happens there. Guys, don't forget, every Friday at Wager Talk, it's Flashback Friday. Normally play sell for $20. You can pick up a play on Friday, a best bet from the Cappers for just $7. We do it each and every Friday. Check it out at wagertalk.com. We'll be back with more